Royalty Soaps. I know it has been a while and that I didn't post a video last week, but that's just because there was lots of family stuff going on, and so this video is sort of an announcement video. First of all, my mom did have her baby, and guess what? It was a girl! So many of you guessed right, and we named her Marilee Carol. Here's a picture of her right here. Isn't she precious and pretty? We're just so happy. My mom is doing great. Her recovery time is excellent. All of it went just, it couldn't be more perfect. So thanks you guys for keeping us in your prayers and your thoughts and sending good vibes our way. We really appreciate it, and mom and baby are doing wonderfully. Also, addressing the topic of the video title. No, this is not clickbait. No, this is not me trying to garner views by putting false advertising up there in the title. I really am getting married. Now, the person I'm getting married to, his name is Caleb, and I have called him the cat in other videos. If you go back and watch some of my older videos, he's there sometimes when I'm cutting soap or when I'm mixing some soap up. I might pan the camera over to him. He's been in my life for 3 years. They have been just absolutely beautiful 3 years. I love him to death, and on March 19th, he took me to our favorite little park, and we sat down on a blanket, and the sun was starting to set and go down, and there were butterflies and little mayflies in this big field of flowers underneath a willow tree and next to a pond in utter seclusion. And he asked me to be his wife, and I said yes. I was blown away. I was just so excited. It just blew my mind. So we decided to have a very short engagement. It's only 2 months because his job is super flexible and my job is super flexible. So we have enough time to plan a wedding in that amount of time. My mom felt like she had recovered enough from having the baby to help me do the little wedding plans. And it's going to be a very small wedding, and it's going to be on my parents' estate on May 21st of this year. Now, I know some of you guys are going to wonder where I met Caleb. I actually met him at a homeschool dance. It was either my senior year or the year right after I had graduated, and I walked into the room and I saw him, and I told my best friend Caroline, the one who does Wit and Whimsy with me, I told Caroline, I want to dance with him. And she looked at me and was like, you've never even met him. And I was like, I don't care, I'm dancing with that one. And I was smitten the first night, just head over my heels. It was the weirdest thing. I had known him for 3 hours, who knew? Here we are today, engaged and getting married. So, am I moving from Butterfly Cottage? Yes, I am moving from Butterfly Cottage. I feel really bad because I know the last video that I posted 2 weeks ago was, woo, Butterfly Cottage tour, see where I live, or whatever, and then I was proposed to, so it's like, ooh, no longer living there. That's about to be a really inaccurate video really fast, even though I just posted it. So I'm really sorry about that, but at least you got to see what it looked like all decorated down here and stuff. And again, we'll be doing another one pretty soon when we move to our apartment. But yes, we are moving. Caleb's job is more towards DFW airport, so we're going to be going an hour that away. And we're going to be living in a very central location so that he can work all around the Metroplex. And obviously for me, because I work from home, it doesn't really matter where I live, but it does matter where he lives. So my parents are going to turn down here in Butterfly Cottage into my dad's office, and again also a guest house, and then upstairs also a guest room. So whenever they have people over here to White Grange Academy, they have lots and lots of room for people to stay. So they very much did not feel like it was a waste of their time or their investment in building this. They were going to build it whether or not I used it anyway, so they weren't upset about it. They're very excited for us. All of my siblings are excited. We're all excited. We're all very happy. So, Royalty Soaps. Royalty Soaps is here to stay, guys. I'm not quitting Royalty Soaps. Caleb would never ever ask me to do anything like that. In fact, we're getting a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment, and I will be using one of those bathrooms and one of those bedrooms for Royalty Soaps exclusively. So I'm actually going to have more space in our little apartment than I had here because I was having to share it, you know, with my brother and, you know, just as a general living area. So I'm actually going to have more dedicated space to Royalty Soaps. It's not going anywhere. In fact, I'm expanding. I hope to do wholesale by the end of July for certain products. Probably not for the cold process high top bars. Those will probably still be exclusive to the Etsy shop, but for all the other products I make, I will try to have a couple of wholesale accounts for. So I'm going to kind of expand that side maybe a little, I don't know. And of course I will be able to have a lot more time to dedicate exclusively to videos and to YouTubing. So I hope to have maybe 6 videos a month or so instead of just 3 or 4. As far as continuing YouTube through this entire process, obviously I'm getting married on May 21st. We're going to have a little honeymoon time, some time to unpack everything in our apartment between the two of us. Because of where he's living now and because of where I'm living now, we don't have a lot of stuff accumulatively. So we're going to have to like buy a whole bunch of stuff and organize our apartment. This is our first time doing that, so that's going to take a little time I think to get used to, plus trying to get used to being married. So I hope to be back on YouTube in July. And in between now and then, I won't have a regular posting schedule. Videos will probably be sort of spotty. I'll try to post once every 2 weeks if I can, but the videos won't be cold process soap making because obviously I'll be moving that stuff and I don't want to move curing soaps and that sort of thing. I will try to make videos for royal reviews still. I will try to do unboxing videos for any supplies that I happen to get in, and I'll also am going to make a video maybe talking about some cold process soap techniques, you know, some more like technical videos I guess. And then Caleb had an idea for me maybe to like take a video of me like buying stuff at Michael's, like craft store type soap making, and like trying to make glycerin soap with the stuff you can buy at a craft store, and then my opinion on the kits and stuff, because those are like readily available to a lot of people, especially for beginners. That's probably a good thing to start. So sort of like review your local craft stores soap making supplies and stuff. So I might do a video like that too, but no cold process soap making until July. I'm really sorry. Had I known I was going to be getting engaged and getting married, I would have like stockpiled and made like a whole bunch in a week. But now I'm already into wedding planning and we're getting closer and trying to sign on an apartment and stuff like that, and I just don't have time. So I'm really sorry about that, but don't worry. As soon as I come back, we are starting bang with the Secret Soap series. So I'm not going to build up into the Secret Soap series. The first video you'll see back for soap making will be the very first Secret Soap series soap. So yeah, I'm not wasting any time. I know you guys are excited about that. I'm really excited about that. I was hoping I could do that sooner, but you know, it's life. So a little bit about the wedding. It's going to be very, very intimate, very small. We're going to do sort of like a woodland, sort of whimsical wedding. You guys know how I am. I love literature, I love fairy tales, and I think I'm just going to try to cater to that. It's going to be very practical. Our cake is going to be really, really pretty. My friend who is doing it, she's a miracle worker when it comes to cakes. They're just lovely. I'm going to have little bits and pieces of like Alice in Wonderland inspired things. Not big things, just little things. Only if you know about Alice in Wonderland, or maybe even some Beatrix Potter or some Lord of the Rings. I'm just going to have little tiny things, so only people who know about those things would even be able to pick up on it. For example, in my wedding invitation on the back I said, follow the white rabbit. I put, you know, a map, obviously, of like where we live and whatever, and I was like, you know, there will be signs guiding your way, follow the white rabbit. And so near our house, because we live in the country, it's kind of hard to navigate these back roads and stuff, we're going to make little signs and we're going to paint white rabbits on it so that you know you're going the right way whenever you see him getting closer and closer and closer to the venue. So it's little stuff like that, you know, still makes it kind of fun and whimsical, and I'm just really excited, and my mom's creative mind has been it's been so valuable to me, and between the two of us we're getting some really pretty stuff done. And Caroline and I are going to do a Wit and Whimsy video over here on this channel of us decorating some cookies that are going to be available during the reception and stuff, so I'm really, really excited. The wedding itself I think is going to be a lot of fun. Also, Caleb and I wanted to be able to include you guys in something. You guys are such a big part of my life, and I just wouldn't feel good about like leaving you out of like one of the biggest days ever. So we have a wedding hashtag. That is the wedding hashtag down there, Caterfly in Weddingland. If you want to know the reason behind that, just real quick, I call him the cat, he calls me the butterfly because I'm a social butterfly, I like people a whole bunch. He's a cat, he's sort of introverted and wants to sleep on the couch and, you know, be alone, cozy by the fire, so Catterfly together. And then of course in Wedding Land, which is sort of like Alice in Wonderland, you'll see in what I'm saying. You can use Catterfly in Wedding Land on May 21st in your photos, and what I was thinking is that, like, Royalty Soaps is about inspiring you to be creative and, you know, give you something relaxing maybe to watch. I don't know if you find my fast talking and my ridiculous sense of humor relaxing, but if you do, great. You know, just some clean, fun entertainment for your day. So I thought, if you do something on May 21st that makes you really happy, like go on a walk, or get a cup of coffee, or eat a donut, or something like that, and you feel relaxed and good, that to me is like a gift to me. You taking care of yourself, you being happy, you enjoying May 21st with me in your own special way is like you celebrating my wedding with me, because that's what I really wanted for people to feel when they come to my wedding and when they're surrounding me and when they hear about it, is to feel happy and excited and stuff. So go on Instagram, go on Facebook, whatever, tag us with our wedding hashtag in your photo of you enjoying the day, you being with your family, whatever, and say, you know what, I'm celebrating with you, Katie, your wedding by enjoying myself and taking care of myself today, and that is the best wedding present you could give me, and that is how we would like to include you in our wedding day. Thank you so much for sitting through this extraordinarily long video. I know it was long and painful. It's okay. I'll try not to talk this much in the future. I just love you guys a lot, and I felt like you guys have been, you know, such a big part of my life that y'all sort of deserved and needed an explanation, and I wanted to tell y'all about my little sister and, you know, about this brand new thing that's happening in my life that I'm just excited, and I just know that my creative mind is gonna go into like full drive when I'm married. I'm just so happy right now. I've been scribbling down ideas for videos and stuff. So yeah, you guys will definitely benefit from my very romantic little head right now. I hope you all have enjoyed the video. I hope you guys are excited with me, and I can't wait to bring you all new content in the summer and sort of a few sprinklings here and there. If you liked this video, give it a big fat thumbs up. Maybe subscribe to the channel so you can see more videos in the future. You know, maybe leave me a comment below with, I would really like to know, let me tell you what I'd really like to know. I'd really like to know little tiny things that I could do to incorporate bookish type things into the wedding. If you're like, you know what you should do? You should do this or this. And they're little, you know, just tiny details or something. If you want to share those with me, you go right on ahead. I am totally up to any cool creative ideas that you have for ceremony stuff or decor or whatever. Any cool thing you saw on Pinterest and was like, somebody needs to do that. I am open to suggestions, so you can leave those down below. And I cannot wait to see you all soon. So until next time, mwah, bye for now and have a royal day.